Hello, hello, hello. Finally, we are doing this. Oh my gosh, we missed last week, but Bui is back and we're going to have fun reviewing this episode. Bui, say hello to the people.
Oh my God. Hi guys, I hope you are good. We said of like as his royalty. This all the way from South Africa. Yo, guys, forgive us last week for not I had a lot going on. Even now I had a lot going on before we recorded. I
Yeah,
mean, there's a lot going on in the show. It seems to be mirroring what is happening in my life.
yeah,
Except the
yeah, yeah.
drama and fighting. Except the drama and fighting,
Woo.
no.
Yeah, glad to be back and yeah, checking in with you guys, Reality TV Africa. Hello, guys. Yeah, we're going to talk about the latest episode of Real Houses of Durban with my chommy. And yeah, imagine we're already on episode 10. And yeah, as usual, we're going to rate the episode. I don't know. Let me go fast. I always
Sure.
fast, but let me go fast this time. So, this episode had a lot going on, and I like the different storylines that were coming out. So, I'll give it a strong 8.5.
Mm.
A 9. I'll give it a, maybe let me change it to a 9. It was good.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you? Tell me yours.
I'm gonna give it you know me, am I stingy first or am I giving? I don't know. I think I'm stingy with my scores.
Yes, you
But
are.
okay, I'm gonna give it 9 out of 10.
Ooh, I thought you were gonna give them a 6 and I'd be like, boy, you are hard to please.
No. I'm gonna give them a 9 out of 10. And my reasoning for that is a balance.
Mhm.
I think, we as much as of course we're still gonna unpack it, but there was just a proper balance. When you're having a meal, it's just proper. It has all the right nutrients. It's got the spices, but it's also
Mhm.
got, something cool there. So I think I'm gonna give them a 9. And as we proceed, I will tell you why.
Okay, yeah, clearly we are vibing on that. It was quite a good episode. It was long, 50 minutes long, but it was a nice watch. So
It
I guess we'll
was.
yeah, we'll start off with the first scene where we see is it Sorisha meet up with Angel and her shameless plug of the mall, Ocean's Mall. I guess the
Yes.
mall is by her husband, Viv.
Of course,
Yeah.
yes.
What did you think of that scene?
Why are you putting me on the spotlight? Why are you putting me on the spotlight?
No, no, tell me. I want to hear. Tell me.
Um, it's amazing to see that Angel has people who embrace her. For me, I'm happy that and I can safely say that I think Sorisha is one person who really embraces Angel, for who she is. I don't like it when someone is now, pushed aside. We don't want that situation. So I'm glad that she has a space. And then she opened up about being single,
Yeah.
which the way she said it, she seemed as if it's someone who was not even in a relationship. There was nothing. It was like, oh, I'm now single. I was like,
Thank
ma'am, honey, what
Yes.
is this? What is this? And of course, about her mom, very saddening. But I think it was the first time hearing it on this episode. Maybe she has said it. Maybe I did not listen.
No, she
Um,
hasn't.
yeah, I just felt as if, oh, Angel, um,
What?
has Angel has a lot of emotional stories. I know, and you like, we are here, and then she brings something else. Of course, her mom, no, her health we cannot go low there, no low blows. But I feel like Angel always comes up with something new. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of nailed it for me in terms of what you observed because even me, I was like, was that relationship real? It was so like she was so casual about the fact that yeah, I'm single now, and Sorisha
Mm.
is almost questioning her like, girl, every time I meet you, there's something going on with you. There's a new thing. I mean,
Oh my
her mom,
God! Thank you
yes,
for that because I had forgotten that Sorisha said that because I think right now I'm trying to question myself, my sanity. That why am I saying
yeah.
that? But definitely, there's always something new with Angel.
Yes, and that's exactly what Sorisha also felt. And she was like, this girl has a lot going on. But yeah, I mean, her mom being sick, that's really, really sad. I mean, we saw her mom in, I think, a few episodes back. She didn't look unwell, and Angel didn't mention any condition of any sorts. But I mean, I was even confused when Sorisha was like, come to my healing center, which I'm opening, bring your mom. So is her mom like hospitalized? What condition is this that is really bad? Will she be able to come? I was a bit like wondering how serious is it for the mom? Is she hospitalized or not? I don't know. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. You just kind of notice a few things that I also noticed, the single thing and the mom being sick thing.
Yeah, no, definitely. But we feel for her, honestly. Anything that has to do with your parents, your parent affects you a lot. And now, you know what? You know what? You ask yourself that, okay, Angel says her mom being not well contributed to her feeling that way in
Oh,
that trip, right?
yes. I forgot about that. You're
So
right.
now you sort of ask yourself, where are your emotions real and genuine? It's you being angry and frustrated, and where are your emotions probably influenced by what is happening in your life? You know, I don't know. I just feel like, okay, there's always with Angel. I feel like it's like the economy. It's like down, up, down, up.
Yeah. I was like, so is she kind of trying to clean things up by talking about her big reaction at the trip and obviously tying
Hmm.
her mom is unwell? I mean, okay, it's possible, but then again, ah, you're an adult, be in control of your emotions.
Yeah, no, definitely, definitely. But what can we say? What can we say?
What can we say? I mean, that's that. Yeah, let me see Amy going for therapy, her first therapy session ever. And I guess this is part of her storyline, her only major storyline in terms
Mm.
of her journey with, her divorce and I guess the father of her children and just being a parent, a single parent, and forgiving, trying to find forgiveness in all that has happened to her. Yeah, I mean, what else did you feel like stood out to you in that situation with the therapist?
Yes, thank you. You know, I appreciate Emmy for going for therapy. It teaches also us that, it's okay to go and speak, and it's okay for
Mhm.
you to say you have not healed. It's okay for you to say you have not let go. Yeah, the only thing I wish is to really get more understanding what was really happening in that relationship because it seems like she went through a lot in her marriage. She went through a lot. I would really love to get to know more about that. But I applaud her for that. I saw another side of her,
Mhm.
and I think therapy worked as we continue with the entire episode. You're like, okay, therapy really worked, but I really enjoyed that. And one thing, my sister, I want to say, like with Emmy, I know that I've seen a lot of people like on social media saying, Emmy, this, like the people that some people seem not impressed with her. I feel like we should give her a chance. I feel like there's
Yeah,
more to Emmy than what we see.
yeah, for sure. I mean, she seems like a fun girl about town, kind of, down to earth, very beautiful, but down to earth, and almost
Hmm.
like she's just a pretty girl who doesn't have any airs about her, and it was
Yeah.
really her open up and I mean, therapy is needed for whatever she's gone through. I get the feeling that there was a lot happening in that marriage, a lot of, I don't want to make any assumptions, but for her to
Yes.
feeling those feelings, I'm assuming it happened a while back. I don't know how long back, but she has opened up about the fact that she has a new partner and she's happy with him. Huh? Yeah. Has she talked about her partner on the show? She just said yes, she did professional.
Yes, we did a bit highlight, as you said, indicate a bit on the first episode. On the episode, her first appearance, she said, I'm in a relationship with a man that I won't disclose or something around those lines.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess I think we've talked about that scene. We've exhausted it.
Yeah.
So now that Slee meets with Annie, and Annie is making a lot of cameos. It's like, girl, do you want to be on the show or not? Because you're appearing a lot. I mean, you tell me, what did you think of that part, that scene, and that conversation? Or did you want
Mm.
me to go?
You know what? I don't know how I feel about Annie being on the show. Honestly, I really don't, and I'm not even being shady. No, I
Okay, be
really
honest.
don't know how. I don't know how I feel about Emmy rocking up with with her leather pair, with her leather. Oh my God, I'm wearing leather.
Oh,
but
God.
but not on TV, honey. But I'm just saying, I don't know how I feel about any, and she is also in a predicament here. She's out of the show, but she's also expected to have an opinion of things that are happening in the show. I do
Mhm.
understand she's in a very complicated position, I don't know. And she's expected to be loyal with some people. At the same time, she's reconciled with some people. She's in a very, tough position, honestly. And it seems like she was giving an advice to also Slee. I did not say where did that go. And then Slee
Yeah,
was also venting about Maria. I don't know.
yes.
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. Like, I really, maybe I think you better talk. I don't know, but I do feel that Annie is in a very tough position. Hey,
I feel okay. Annie, I'm questioning a bit of why then she decided not to come back when she's pretty much there all the time. I mean, just be there then, or is it that you feel like being a friend of, you don't have to reveal too much about your life, your husband, his alleged indiscretions or whatnot? And maybe that's why she chose to step down and still be part of it, but not completely part of it. I mean, the fans love her. They would have wanted her to be on. I also feel like it's transition to her probably coming back full time eventually. So yeah, I don't know. She should just come back as a full time cast. It doesn't
no,
make sense for her
she
to.
has to come back because this feels like a break. Honestly, let's be honest. It does not feel like someone who has left the show. It feels like a
Exactly.
break. Lassie never came back on the show. Like when they left, they left. Khomoto, when she left, she left. So it feels like Annie is one of those people who are like, okay, let me step because there's a hot seat. Let me step back a bit, watch it
Mm-hmm.
from a distance. From time to time, I'll put myself in the field. Eventually,
Yeah.
when all the hoo-ha is gone about my
Yes.
life, I will come
Yes.
back to play. That's how it feels. And right now, let me play in a way that allows me when I come back to be still in good terms with some people. That's how I feel.
Yeah, it's pretty much that. You nailed it. I mean, that's exactly what it feels like as well. And then, of course, yeah, you mentioned Slee talking about Maria, and Maria and Slee really don't like each other. I mean, I'm sure when they're watching it right now, they're like, yeah, we both feel the same way about each other. I mean, every second they have to shade each other. Slee went pretty much went like Maria is easy to be used by Jojo and them.
I heard
Uh,
that.
just also felt like what was revealing in that conversation was that Maria is not a loyal person. She's loyal to herself, just like
Mm,
Doku. She's not loyal as generally as a friend because she was quick to jump back ship on Jojo's side, and so it was like a convenience for her to be with Sorisha, Annie, and Slee last season.
mm.
Now it's like she's now back with Jojo and the original crew that she wanted to be with. But even there, I don't know if things change where she would lie. You know what I'm saying? She's easily pushed this way or that way. That's what it feels like to me.
Which makes me even want to see her on the next season because I want to see which side will she be on.
Exactly. And what also stood out to me was, wow, I didn't know Annie was such a brilliant marketing guru. I mean, I'm in my day job. I've worked in agency, advertising, and marketing and whatnot. So I was just impressed with her, the advice she was giving Slee business wise, and I'm like, wow, spot on, good advice. I didn't know. I
Oh
had no
no.
clue. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, Annie is a superstar when it comes to business. she gets like big gigs like at BET, MTV. She does
Wow.
amazing stuff. Some big events she has pulled. So kudos to her. I give that to her. And you can tell from someone who knows their story. You can tell, no,
Mhm.
this person knows their story, they know what they're talking about.
Yeah. Is it that she's been used? Does she have a company that does marketing, or is it just her?
It is a
I don't know.
company, just a company. It's a company.
Oh, okay, cool. That's interesting. I had honestly, you're there in South Africa. You know more about them. You followed them longer than I have. So yeah, that
Yeah.
was interesting. And at least have her talk about that aspect. Maybe if she comes back next season, we get to see that side of
That would be
her
nice, yeah.
life. Yeah, anyways, I think the next thing was Maria and Neil going for the lie detector test. Tell me, yeah, I can already see your face. What did you think of that?
Hey, I'm disappointed, oh. Hey, I'm disappointed. What's the
Okay.
need? What is the need for that? That had some shame in it. Something they had some. Why? Why go prove yourself? Why pay your money? You spend your time. Why? That part, like that part was so cringy for me because I'm like, you know what made it even more cringy is
Yeah,
that I was waiting in suspense for the results like this. I'm like, but they said nothing happened. But why are they going? Why do we have to have suspense when there's nothing that happened? I feel like those two, nothing happened, but there is something that they are trying to clean up. Somehow
yeah.
that's how I felt. I was like, there's no need.
Yeah, you're right. Even I felt like that scene was so unnecessary. We know Neil is gay. We know it was just like hot air that Amy was kind of like trying to
Mm.
go. And what are you trying to prove? There's nothing to prove there. I think it was just, for me, it was more like just a scene that was just not necessary, honestly. It was not necessary.
They wasted airtime. They wasted airtime. Honestly, I would have seen. No, no, no. They wasted our airtime because I was like, "What the heck? Why are you guys doing that? And why try so hard to prove yourself? Yes, you can defend yourself, but don't try so hard to prove yourself and go to that extent. You know?
Exactly, exactly. It was pointless. We all know. I mean, even we see at some point when we get to the scene, that scene, Amy obviously acknowledged she was just doing it. She just said it out of anger. They know it's not like for real.
Hmm.
And it was just it didn't make sense. Then they're calling Amy to prove to I don't know I don't know. It was not necessary if you ask me. Yeah. Then yeah. What do you have anything else to say about that?
I have nothing to say, honey. I've got nothing to say, but. I was just bored when I watched the scene because I felt it very cringy, but there's more to the story. I don't know why, but I feel like there's someone they were trying to prove the point to. Maybe they wanted the child. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Can we pass over this scene?
Oh, okay.
Maybe for the child though.
I think the way they were connecting it to her being a mother and her son seeing that and the reaction from his friends in school and fans and whatnot. Maybe that's why they did it. Actually, I think that's why they did it. I guess.
Ah, worse things can be said about the child. Children in school don't need a reason to bully your child. They'll find a reason. They'll find a reason. You kids are naughty. The kids are naughty. They would come for you for, oh, they said your mom lips this. The worst things have been said. So I don't know, but you know what? I don't know what they were thinking at that time when they went to do that. So I will not judge them, but it's just that I would not do that.
Yeah, I mean, okay, it's fine. They cleaned it up. Cool. I don't know whether they'll bring those results to the reunion or what the point was, but whatever. Yeah, and then we see Slee and Amy hanging out by the pool in their bathing suits looking good. Wow, the ladies look good. I'm telling you, they have nice bodies. Yeah, and then yeah, they just talk about, the group. I think yeah, Emmy tells Slee she went for therapy and Slee is impressed finally. And we talk about, Emmy asks Slee, how's your man? And I'm like, this man, this doctor, I follow him on Instagram, by the way, but I mean, out of respect for her, I would never reveal who he is. Yes, honey, I know who
Come on
he is.
now, come on with the T, come on with the T. You know, Mr.
So
Doctor.
I know,
Ah.
I don't know. Do you know Mr. Doctor?
No, not at all. Let me tell you something. I know I love tea, but funny enough, I've never been invested enough to search. I was like, I saw the man, I could see the muscle when he's posting with Sleep, but I've never thought of checking him out. I was like, maybe another thing, I've got this. So I don't know. I don't know. I feel like.
But say it.
No, man. No, man. What I mean is, if you know what, with Slee is an open. She's an open book. If I would have asked her about her man, I'm sure she would have told me. Because she's honestly an open book, and
Yeah.
but I've never. Funny enough, it's only today I was like, oh, okay, we see the man, but I was like, okay, I think I've not wanted to know the tea. One thing about me, if I wanted to know the tea, I will find the tea.
Well, the tea was brought to me. I don't remember who. One of my followers just came like, "Hey, by the way, this is her man's page," and I went ahead and I followed the page.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, that's as much as I did. I just check his posts once in a while. I mean, I'm more invested in the actual castmates, like
Of
of the
course,
shows.
of course, of course, of course.
But yeah,
I
he's
think
a looker. He's a looker. Okay, let me just say that.
no, definitely. But we're happy for Slee that
Yeah,
finally she is, she's in a happy place. I'm happy for her.
yeah, and they of course talk about the upcoming trip. And you actually spilled the tea, or you teased the tea about the cast trip being out of the country. So Namibia it is. You called it. So yeah.
Yes, yes, we provide you the best tea, guys. We provide you the best tea. I'm excited that finally the ladies are getting out of the country. Oh, that is amazing.
Yeah, and then also there's something I noticed in that scenario where they were talking, Amy
Yeah,
and
Slee.
Slee, and they were talking about their group and the group that they have. And did you catch how they were like, forgot to mention Angel is part of their group,
Angel,
and they were
yes.
like, oh yeah, let's see sometimes here and then. I'm like, wow. So they really don't see her as an important member or team member of their group.
I don't blame them though.
Why?
You know why? I don't blame them. And again, I don't mean to be shady. Angel has her friends. Guys, Angel has a lot of friends, her real friends out of the show. I feel like Angel treats Housewives of Durban like a job. She shows
Uh,
up, she works, but she's got a great support group. She's got friends, she's got family, which are some people that I know. So
oh,
I think, yeah, I think Angel, it's easy for, unlike Slee and Emmy and Sorisha, especially Slee and Sorisha, they're really tight. They do everything
yeah,
together. Angel has a
yeah,
life of her own. This show is just an addition, honestly, to her already busy life. I don't think so, hence maybe they sometimes forget it because Angel has her own life. And maybe you've noticed even in the show, we saw once where she stays, she's not really giving so much about her life and into her life besides all the external factors. So I'm sure they were like, okay, you know.
yeah. Well, okay. I don't know if that's the reason. I didn't know that either. But to me, it just feels like she's not established herself so strongly. Also, she came into the group through Maria, and then
Yes.
now she comes and still catching up. But Amy is solidified herself in the sense that she came in through
Yeah.
Slee. And of course, Sorisha would be open to her because they're really friends.
Yeah.
Um, that's just my analysis of that. Yeah, maybe it will take time for her to really be part of the group, like in the inner circle. It's still her first season with them.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Amy is already.
You know who Angel reminds me of?
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me of Candice, actually, Candice from the Real Housewives of Potomac.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Uh-huh.
Remember how Candice came in into the group and she was not really well received entirely. And also the comebacks that Angel has reminds me of Candice. It's just that they're in Zulu. If they were in English, it would be even the same as Candice. So to some extent,
Oh,
and Candice came into Potomac like she was like the baby, of the group. And
yes.
so Angel reminds me a lot of Candice.
Yeah, interesting. I never thought of it that way, but now that you mention it, yeah, she's quick with her tongue. She's goes below the belt. She's, when it's time to battle it out with words, she goes below the belt. The only difference is Angel tried to get physical. Candice would never be an instigator of a physical fight. The baby, yeah, they kind of match each other's energy in that sense. Yeah, true, true. Yeah, then we see
And
this.
coming from parents, I mean, also another similarity is that Candice comes from a well-off family, and which is the same thing with Angel. And people are always questioning. You remember they used to question Candice. Hey, Candice, with the house you're staying in, I think I do see some similarities there and there.
Yeah, true, true. I mean, Angel being accused of claiming her parents' businesses are hers, blah blah blah. I guess her parents are also well established, money-wise,
Yeah.
business-wise, up well. Yeah, and then we get to this scene where Slee talks to her dad. Oh my gosh. That one was heavy. It was, I literally had tears.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, for me, it just felt like I felt her pain. I felt how much not having her dad present in her life has hurt her over the years. And it could also lead to the fact that it's probably why should I want to reveal her man on the show, because daddy issues or whatever, or the male version in your life or lack thereof, affect the kind of partner you choose as a woman. And
Of course, of course.
yeah, maybe she's still sussing out whether her and her man are strong enough to be, like on this kind of a platform without it going south. Yeah, I mean, it was a lot. Her dad is an avoidant, clearly, even the way he was talking, it's like
Yeah.
willing even to meet her halfway and go for therapy with her. Like he made it feel like the therapy is about him. And no, it's not for him, it's for her. You participating is helping her.
I
Yeah.
felt a lot of gaslighting from that man. I was like, oh, child. Why are you
Yes.
gaslighting Slee? He's like, I'm sorry if you feel that way. It feels, it's one day I wouldn't be surprised if that man says, no, me and your mom had issues and they had nothing to do with you, and that is why me da 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 da. You know what, fathers, I'm just, you know what? Yeah, that's all. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, this is what I would like to. I would have really loved to see them meet face to face, probably in a therapy session or whatever, which is what she was
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
do. But the way the conversation ended, I think he tried to clean things up. He tried to assure her that she was not a mistake and wants to have a
Yes.
relationship with her. But what I would really, really now like to see is, where are they now? Has he kept his word? Are they still communicating? Whoever's going to host the reunion, please ask this question. Even if you have to ask
Definitely.
in a way, just ask Slee. How are you and your dad today? Are you guys in a good place? Are you guys communicating? How is your relationship? Is it, you get what I'm saying?
But
Yeah, it
also,
was.
I noticed something.
Mm-hmm.
So, dad is three words. In Zulu, it's Baba, which is four letters. I mean, like dad is three letters, Baba is four letters.
Mm-hmm.
That number, honey, that number was saved with a very long name, which is like dash and a surname. Of course,
Whoa.
that should tell you that definitely Slee has not reached a place where she's comfortable to saying dad or Baba. the number is still written by his full ID name and surname.
Wow, I did not catch that. Good catch. Good catch. I did not catch that at all. But I mean, it's evident that they barely have a relationship. And then, did you also see the whole when the word therapy came up? Such an African thing, or African men and of a certain age are like, no way, therapy is weak.
I heard that.
Like,
I heard that. I was like, oh, also, let's talk about. I'm sorry if Slee is watching this, but her dad is very shady. I will say, I will. You know why I'm saying that?
uh-huh.
He was throwing shade. You know what? The jabs that Nonku normally throws at Slee about his spirituality.
Oh
Those are the
yes.
same. Those are the same jabs he threw at Slee. I was like those spiritual what that you go to. I'm like.
Yes, the spiritual father or whatever. I was like,
Way he
wow.
said it, the way he said it sounded very condescending. I'm sorry. I was like, okay,
Ah, well, that was a heavy scene. At least it's good we've seen the storyline go through the process
progress.
and
Yes, yes.
have a conversation with her dad, albeit not face to face. And it's understandable because she did say their relationship has been on the phone. So but the way it went and there was silence on the other side when, like, whoo, I was even like, whoo, this could go either way. It's not something that she did it on the spot, call him on the spot. He could have easily hung up or yelled at her or been rude to her, and I don't think she told him she's recording or he's on.
I don't think so too. It sounded as
Yeah.
if he did not know that they were recording.
Woo-wee. I mean, it could have gone either way. Thank God it went the way it did. And yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I wish her well with her dad for sure. I wish that they do get back to a good place. And yeah, Slee, keep your head up, girl. Yeah, keep your head up.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, let me see. The Slee's sunset party. And I didn't even know that this was meant to be half launch of her, what's the word? Financially overstretched line.
39,
But
yeah.
yeah, it was definitely giving sorry, the lady from Real House of Atlanta. The one who's been trying to launch her clothes, finally launched them.
See by Sheree.
Yes, it was giving fashion show with no fashions. Girl,
How dreadful. How dreadful.
how dreadful.
Fashion, a fashion show with no fashion.
Yes, honey. See, that's how we get each other. We watch these shows. We watch all of them,
We
okay?
do, yes.
Yeah, so that scene was hectic. There was a lot going on. And I think when they have such get-together scenes with like a sit-down dinners or whatever meal situation, everybody knows what the brief is. They know we are going to address issues.
Oh, they know. They know. But can I say something? I hope I please cut. If we make it a trailer, please make it a trailer. I want to say this with regards to there is a pattern I noticed, right? Last week,
Right.
Emmy's lingerie was not delivered, and yet she hosted an event. As much as people were not there, but she hosted an event, and there was nothing. Again, we see this episode. Slee is hosting an event of fashion where she's supposed to, and she was very honest that she, no, you know what, my stuff, yeah, bo. Now, this is what I want to say. I'm going to come into their defense for this reason. Shooting the show is only 3 months, and there is pressure. There is so much pressure. There are certain things. If you are if a person decides to delay delivering your things, it's out. It's next week already. I'm sure they shot these things before they went to Namibia. Already, we're going to Namibia. We no longer have time. It's either you have this event with clothes or without clothes. I believe that also production does put so much pressure on them to an extent that they end up having these events whereby you're like, what is the aim of this? So for that reason, I do feel I do understand where they're coming from.
Yeah, that and the fact that each lady has to kind of host something, if it's a trip or
Mm,
an event or whatever in the case, you have to have each lady doing something that brings the collective together in some sort of way. So yeah, true. I mean, but on that note, Slee should have planned better. I mean, did she just decide to
yes.
launch this line on because she's back on the show? Or, like they've had enough time even off season
Definitely.
to
Definitely.
plan. Yeah.
She could have had even samples for just samples if it's not the final product. And also I have a friend of mine who is on the platform on the Housewives.
Mhm.
Without mentioning her name, she's definitely not their show when their show was coming back for season two, she had already planned her clothing line or her range in advance. So she was
Yes.
just waiting for the green light once they say season two, and then boom, fashion day, there's a fashion show. So I do understand what you're saying, that there should be some proper planning. You know me, I have a lot of friends from from all over the places. So yes.
You do, and it helps also with the tea that we, get exclusive tea and things like that. Yes, honey, serve the tea, his royal tea-ness. Yeah, so this scene was hectic. I mean, did you catch the producers being shady with Nonku's walking and the gospel song? I
That
was
was
blown.
shady. And what was more shady for me, okay, besides the sitting arrangement, was Mabusi eating chicken the whole entire thing. They would put the someone to fight, take it back to her eating.
Oh my goodness, I didn't notice that, by the way. But I mean, Mabusi being there was quite interesting. I mean, it was okay. Let me ask you this: there were several apologies being made on the table.
Yo,
Mabusi's to Jojo, Angel to Maria, Sorisha to, I think, Maria, Jojo. Was it Jojo to
Maria
Jojo?
to Maria.
Yeah. Do you feel like any of, or which, or any, okay, do you feel like any of those apologies were sincere, or which one did you not feel? Just tell me about those.
Two of them, I think, are sincere.
Mhm.
I think Mabusi apologizing was definitely sincere, and secondly, I think Emmy apologizing was sincere. You know why? Emmy was honest.
Yes, yes,
Oh, yes, true child, there was a many. I feel like Amy was honest also because she did say, no, there was no need for her to bring Neil's name. She was just angry.
yes,
She
yes.
was it was malicious. It was just to hate Maria. So
Yeah.
and then there's another apology from Angel to Maria. Um uh, I do feel like Angel. I'm confused, because one moment I said I'm still trying, like I'm confused because at that time her mom was not feeling well. Was it her? I don't know, but I'll give you apology 70%. I think it was 70% Sorry. Oh my
So,
God.
uh,
Sorisa, I don't believe her apology. She is
no,
shady. Why did she bring Warren to that party? And Warren seems to know all the gossip in Durban. I'm sorry, Warren, if you're watching this.
okay. You know him, or you know of him. Yes, when the specs come on.
Warren? No, no, no. I do not know Warren. I'll be joking. I'm just being shady. I do not know Warren like that, honestly. I know of other people who were in the room who were sitting at the back, but not Warren.
Okay. Yeah, so Risha, to me, her apology felt like she was just like, okay, I'm sorry. So I'm hosting a trip, guys. So it's just one of those things where she was like, let's just get this over out and so that we can all go on the trip together because I'm taking you guys to Namibia. That's what it felt like to me. But the rest of the apologies, okay, Mabusi's apology, I think, was genuine, but only because
Yeah.
she would get backlash from the public.
Yes.
It's almost like her default to go that way with Jojo, the racial side. I don't know, to me,
But another thing, I think English fails us sometimes. We can't express ourselves in English, including myself, because my boss keeps on saying it did not come out right. I'm like, you wanted it to come out in what
how?
way, ma'am? In what way did you want it to come out?
There's no way it could have come out. It came out, period.
It came out. It's wrong, and it's fine. And I mean, I don't like this bargaining they play with Jojo. Both of them, they have this bargaining thing. I apologized, so I'm gonna. It's like that. They are playing this bargaining of someone apologized, hence I'm gonna apologize. Why is she not forgiving me? Because I also apologized to her. I also, it's
Slee and Nonku, those two just cannot get along. I mean, even the shade they were shading each other on that table, it was almost like fun shade, and then sometimes it gets a bit serious, and then it's like, I mean, Slee telling them, I have gifts for you guys. I hope no one is gonna chew them. I'm like, please.
I think I have a different. I have a sort of a different opinion. I think
Uh-huh.
Nonku and Lee love each other and admire one another. I'm telling you, I feel like Slee and Nonku love each other so much because they can fight, yes, but
Uh-huh.
they will still come together and be in one room. How many times? They will fight and be in fight, and you boom, you find them in one room again. And I know it's for work, but I do
Yeah.
feel like there is love there. There is love. It's not just hate. There is a lot of love, and that's why they throw. So they remind me of Karen and Giselle.
Mm.
That's how they at some point, not now.
Yeah, but is their friendship before they came on to the show, or rather before Nonku brought Slee onto the show? How long have they been friends? Have they been friends a while, or what was the story there?
That's the part we'll never know. We will never know. We'll never know. I don't
For
think
me,
they were friends for a long
I just
time.
feel like they're both holding grudges and they're not really willing to let it go. They just tolerate each other because yes, they're colleagues. They have to come together for the sake of the show. But I don't think they like each other that much, honestly. I don't. That's why my opinion is different from yours, and we're both free to have our different opinions. But
Yes.
no, what happened, especially with the physical altercation last season, that one really damaged whatever was left of their friendship. And when you get physical with someone, there's really no coming back from that. Look
Yeah,
at
no,
Kanye.
definitely. There's no coming back there. There's no coming
Yeah,
back. No,
yeah.
and also, I don't know, but I do sense a bit of love there between them. They can go at each other, but one next week you'll find them in one spot together, and they're able to put aside their differences. And I know it's for the check, but I know I sound paranoid, but I know deep in my heart that they do love each other. I've seen things that are happening off camera, and one thing about Nonku, she would Nonku is like and she would have issues with people, but when she's out even Nonku and Annie, to your surprise, we're very close out to
Yes.
some extent at outside of the cameras.
Really? Okay, I did see a few things on when they were off season, when they went for some events, went live together, Annie and them and Nonku and Slee. And I did catch that. I did even post some of that on my Instagram. Yes, shameless plug. Follow me on Instagram, reality TV, reality_TV_Africa. But these ladies hang out because they're part of an ensemble cast, if you ask me. But the ones who are true friends are like Sorisha and Slee. Yeah, Maria, Jojo, and Nonku, yes, they're real friends. They've grown to be friends, and but
Mm.
also catch the shade that Nonku gave to Slee to her face. You are Sorisha's puppet. You're a puppet. I was
Yo, but
like,
what the heck? I was like, oh my God. But
That was
now I see, and I see that one. But Jojo was so quiet the whole event. Jojo was just quiet the whole event, which was nice. She was like, you know what? I'm tired of fighting your battles, okay? I'm tired of fighting your battles. I'm gonna keep quiet, wear my black. I was impressed with her because no, she did not try to always because she's always coming to defend Nongu. But for once she was like, I'm not gonna defend Nongu. And please let's talk about the shade game between Nongu and Angel.
and ooh, that one was I mean, this age thing and age shaming and age whatnot, it's so typical. I mean, we've seen it happen over and over, different
Yeah.
franchises are called. And their beef is not that deep, honestly. It just feels like it's just beef for the sake of it. I don't see it being anything, honestly, but that was a lot. I mean, for them to go at each other like that, woof, it was a lot.
You know what? If Angel was a different person, but I
Mm.
know Angel is not a cloud chaser. She's everything but not a cloud chaser. I would have said she's going for the big guns. You know, when you come for someone like Nonku, you are securing yourself a space for next season.
Can I say something? And
Say
that's
it.
exactly what I feel Maria is doing with Sorisha as well. Because how do you explain you're directing your anger about something Amy said to Sorisha? Like, how does make it make sense? It doesn't make sense.
Let's be honest. People, whoever told them, advised them was like, if you go on that show, don't fight any basic girl there. Fight the OGs, and that
Thank you.
is the way you are going to stay in the show.
I literally wrote that down. I never wrote that. I never thought that about Angel, but I thought that about Maria for sure.
Fight the OGs, and you shall stay on the show because you've got something sustainable for the next season.
Absolutely. Because look, there's a whole storyline. And I think, oh, yes, in my last review, when I did it alone, I said, we are being denied a major storyline from Maria's life. This situation
Mm-hmm.
and everything. It's like she's deflecting by focusing her beef on Sorisha and whatever,
Yeah.
on all this. But we want to see your personal life storyline as well. What's really happening with Manoli, your husband? Are you guys together? Are you not? Are you
What's
getting divorced?
happening?
On. We deserve that storyline, to be honest. But anyways,
And 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 before we depart, I want us to talk about Gaspens. I,
mhm.
yeah. You know what, Neil? Maria is a wordsmith. Maria does not need a spokesperson. Maria can chew you alive. I felt as if Neil was just there for Maria talking. I'm like, no, Maria does not need to. She's a housewife. She's getting a paycheck for this. Let her speak for herself. Neil kept on defending Maria. Yes, and throwing some shade. I'm like, no,
Yeah,
man, stop. Yes, you are shady, but sometimes your shade can be deflated, honey. You just, please, no. Allow Maria to speak. That's how I felt. I was like, Neil, Gaspens tend to overdo. I'm sorry to say this.
yeah,
Especially here in Africa, Dr. Romel, everyone, people tend to overdo. Know your
yeah.
place as a husband. I'm not saying carry bags for ladies, and no, we're not here for that. But just, from time to time, you can throw in, a few words there, but you're not a housewife.
Right, that's true. Okay, he did come to kind of defend his honor because he was the one mentioned in that whole situation. And Amy
True.
was, hey, yeah, I'm sorry, I apologize.
Yeah, and
That
Emmy
was,
and Emmy has a soft spot on Neil because she did not argue with Neil. She was like,
yeah,
no, I agree. Yes, I Neil not it was not for you, Neil. I was like, sure. If Neil was not, if
that
Neil
was
was
that was big of. And then have you also noticed how Maria is? She's not easy. She's not the kind of person who easily accepts an apology. I mean, I get it. Sometimes you need some time, but at some point you need to let it go. Like, I mean, even with
definitely. Oh, we have to
shows.
let it. I mean, we
Uh,
when we pray, we say, "Forgive us our iniquities, as we forgive those who trespass against us." Because honestly, we all short fall. We all fall short.
yeah.
And we may need someone to forgive us at some time. So I feel like Maria is just being unreasonable. At times.
Yeah, she was just there, like not willing to hear Angel out. Anyways, Annie's commentary was very entertaining. I like her scenes on the confessionals and her sipping of the wine and whatnot. But girl, come back on the show. Stop
Was it
being on.
entertaining? Was it entertaining?
For me, it was, but I mean, we need more from her. Like we need more.
I do not know, really. I found the theatrics a bit too much, but
Oh, okay.
nevertheless, I found the theatrics a bit too much. But I've got nothing to say. I think Annie does not want to be. She's not fully with Slee and Sorisha, but she's just like trying to tread carefully. I don't know, but I'm like, I don't know, but
Yeah,
amen.
because now she's friends. She's back friends with Jojo and
You
Nanku.
see? Yeah.
Who's been friends with Sorisha and Slee. So she's like trying to play the fence, the Karen Hugo.
Because she's being, for example, when she says she's sleeping and she's like, it's looking bad. You don't know who is it looking bad for who?
Yes, you're right. You're right. She's not clear about where she lies. But
Mm-mm.
anyway, she involved herself too much because she's not part of the show. But she's so much part of. Anyways, I wonder if Mabusi will be coming for the trip. I bet she will. Do you
I
think she will?
doubt. I doubt. I doubt.
Okay.
I
Okay.
doubt. You know what? These, houses of Durban never cease to amaze me. But I doubt she, because during the trip I saw her running some errands. But you possibly, you never know. Probably she was hiding that she was filming, but I doubt she'll be part of the trip.
Yeah, anyway, it doesn't matter. She had her airtime with Jojo, which she wanted, and had her. Yeah, anyways, I think we've pretty much talked about everything.
Everything, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like, oh, Zama was missing this episode. Where was she?
To be honest with you, I did not notice that Zama was missing.
Oops, I noticed at the end though. I noticed at the end when I saw the upcoming episode, and I'm like, wait a
Yes, that's
minute.
when I realized that Zama was missing. Again, I'm not being shady. There was so much drama that made me not even realize that Zama was not there. And I mean,
Yeah,
Zama. I'm sorry to say this. Zama is a she's my homegirl, by the way. Zama is my homegirl, but I do feel that Zama is like a friend of the show.
okay. All right. She's not really.
Because yeah, there's nothing solid that I feel that this is what I don't know anything about Zama on the show right now. Besides
True.
some few things that she has opened up, she opened up about the whole thing around fertility. But other than that, I don't know anything about Zama, guys. I don't know even know how she makes a living.
Yeah. I
Where does she
mean,
stay? I
yeah,
know that she's 41.
is she? I'm just, I
Yo,
I don't know, girl. I don't know, honey. I don't know.
the shade is flying not on economy, honey. It's flying on business class all the way from Nairobi to Johannesburg. Okay.
I was not trying to be shady. Sorry. I mean, what is this questioning of her age? I mean, if she is the age that Solisha is saying, she looks good. Either way, she looks really good. She's
No,
gorgeous.
I think Zama is definitely 41. She started TV when she was very young, and I
Mm-hmm.
think she's definitely in her age. She's just in her age. Yeah, but you never know, hey?
All right, I guess we can call it a wrap. That was so much fun. I mean, the episode was 50 minutes long, so we had a lot to get through. And we kind of
One day.
mentioned, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and sign off, and then I'll do the same.
All right, I just wanted to say thank you so much, Pam. People don't know we recorded this very late because I had some meetings to start, and I do a lot of things, but I really appreciate your prayer, your patience. And thank you so much, guys, for supporting our reviews. May God richly bless you. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind. Today was a restful day. We have a public holiday here in Kenya for Eid. Eid Mubarak to all the people who watch our videos, our Muslim sisters and brothers. And yeah, so I had a restful day so I could stay up longer and wait to do this because we love doing these things together. We love
Yes,
bouncing
yes,
ideas, things we notice. It makes it that much richer and fun,
it does.
because
It
different
does.
always work out. Yes, guys, thank you for joining us. This is Reality TV Africa, and over here we love everything reality. Oh, yes. See you guys later in our next review for sure. Bye.
Thank you. There was that song. I wanted us to close with that song, Nonku's song. What does it say?
Was it something Jesus? You were singing it before. Sing it, sing it.
Oh, how I love Jesus because he first loved me. Oh my God. Oh, may God bless her heart.
Okay, let's call it a wrap. Bye. How do I? Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, stop.